So this video is all about Fenty. I went and picked up the new Fenty bronzer in Coco Naughty, and I'm excited to try this as well as a few other Fenty products that I have. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first take my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter, and this is in the shade 370. I don't know if this matches me anymore. I got it when it first dropped. Looks a little bit yellow, but that's okay because I got the bronzer, so it should look nice. I want to take this fluffy brush. I know you guys have seen these on the web a few years ago, but it applies my foundation really nice. And honestly, the key to not having cakey foundation is to not apply a lot. So do what you have to do, color correct, and then don't apply a lot because you're gonna apply powders and all those things after. So a thin layer of foundation is okay. I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer in the shade 340. I wanted to get 350, but they didn't have it in stock when I was there, and I was so anxious to get it. I grabbed 340, and it's okay. It's really yellow. One thing I like about the Fenty concealers is they're very, very creamy, and they have so many colors. Like I could use 350 in another color if I wanted to. It works. To blend this out, I'm going to be using this brush, and this is the BH Cosmetics. This isn't BH Cosmetics. This is a Morphe brush that I got from Ulta in the Morphe brush collection, face collection. And I'm just using this to blend that out. I really have been liking to use brushes lately versus my beauty sponge. I think the beauty sponge is fine when you're like everyday makeup, but if you're trying to be full glam, I really just prefer brushes. Kind of run it over my brows to really blend it together. Top of the brows as well. Okay, I feel blended. Though I love Fenty and I really love Rihanna, I just feel like the Tarte Shape Tape is the best concealer, especially when you're going full coverage. But I do like how this concealer pairs with the Pro Filter foundation. I'll say that much. Alright, let's go ahead and set these under eyes. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Sasha Buttercup powder. And I think this is one of my favorite setting powders, as well as the Huda Beauty one in Blondie. But I really like it, and it doesn't like overly dry out your skin. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Killawatt in Moscow Mule and Ginger Binge. But before I do that, I do want to just use the Fenty bronzer as a transitional shade. And I'm in the shade again, Coco Naughty. This is the second to darkest shade, which I think could have been a little bit more bronze, more warm for a person of my skin tone. But this will work. It's a shade or so darker than me, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna show up light. I have a strong feeling. So I'm just going to take my MAC 224 and I want to use that in my crease. Come through, bronzer. I like it because it's not too dark, but you can build it. I'm going to darken that up a bit. I'm going to use this brown from the KKW times Mario palette. This shade here. It's like a reddish. I'm really taking this all the way up into the crease. Alright, so I feel like I'm blended out. Let's go ahead and try this Moscow Mule times Ginger Binge. I'm going to use that right on my lids. I want to take my Pro Filter Concealer, put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to kind of create like a little crease on my lids. What I like to do is take a little bit of this, put it on my eye, look up, see how it caught it. So now that's how I know where my crease is. I'm just going to draw my crease from there. This is a e.l.f. concealer brush. And to kind of diffuse that, I'm going to take my 224 that I had earlier and kind of blend out those edges, because I don't want it to be too harsh. But you see how it still leaves that eye blank? That's what you really want. Do the same thing to the other eye. Now for the fun part. I'm going to go into Moscow Mule and Ginger Bend. I'm just going to mix them. Why not? I'm going to use them as eyeshadows. I'm going to go back into the Fenty bronzer, and I'm going to just use that to kind of diffuse the edges. Some of the bronzer, I do want to take some of the bronzer along my lower lash line to really smoke it out. Alright, so let me throw on some lashes, some mascara, and I'll be right back to try on the bronzer. Alright, so I went ahead and put on some lashes. These are the Miss 3D lashes in the style 364. Right now, I'm just going to spray my face down with some Fix Plus. I'm going to take my Sephora Micro Smooth powder and just blend that on top, making sure everything is nice and together before I apply the bronzer. This just gives me like that extra security, locks in all the oils, but still makes me feel really soft. I'm going to take the Fenty bronzer, the star of the show, and I'm going to take this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M530 brush, and this is what I use to bronze. Okay. So far, I'm really liking it. I feel like I'm glad I didn't go a darker shade, because this is perfect for a person like me who's super heavy-handed. Like, I'm super heavy-handed with my bronzer, and it's still coming out really pretty. I like to put a lot of bronzer on my forehead. Oh, man, this is so gorgeous. Okay, sis. I feel fancy. I'm gonna go back in with the Killawatt and mix them together. I'm just gonna throw that on the cheeks, not too much because I can go overboard. I'm gonna take my Mario Badescu spray. I'm gonna line my lips real quick with my Ruby Kisses pencil. I'm gonna take Makeup Shayla's Ow. I'm gonna put a gloss on top. This is Maybelline's Vivid Hot Lacquer in Unreal. I feel like I need a little bit of highlighter in my inner corner, so I'm gonna add some of that. So this is the finished look. Let me go get my little bobby together and I'll be right back. And this is the finished look, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun just recording and using a lot of Fenty Beauty products. I think that the Fenty Beauty bronzer is beautiful. I must say, I think it has multiple uses. I was able to kind of, you know, really zoom into those cheeks and make them really, really bronze. The only gripe I have about this product is that when I went to Sephora, there were about 8 different shades. And the first 5 or 6 were very consistent, and you can see the gradual jump from each bronzer to the next. But this was the second to last of the darkest. And I was kind of like, And also I got to use it as a transition color for my eyeshadow, which I love. The one thing that I do always love about Fenty Beauty is that their products can be used for so many different things. Not just one thing, like their matchsticks can be used to contour. They can also be used as eyeshadows, eyeshadow bases. I also love the Killawatts, because these can not only be used as blushes and highlighters, but they can also be used as eyeshadows, which is super duper amazing to the touch. Like, let me just show you guys something. So like if I were to take this in my finger, I could just run it over my lid to add like a super pop of shimmer, which I love. So these are amazing too, on top of the concealer, which you guys already know that I love. And the foundation is perfect for the summertime, ladies, because if you are a person who gets really dry skin, the Fenty works well in the summer because with all of the humidity, it kind of just sets in the face perfectly and lasts a really long time. And I think that's super duper important. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and give it a big thumbs up if you like when I try Fenty products. I love y'all, and I'll see you all in my next one.